Hello. So here is a quick rundown of what we did today. So we got Visual Studio Code installed. We added a folder to a new workspace, and then we saved that workspace as DES341. And the folder is here in the workspace. And if you right click on this, you can actually say Reveal in Finder. Oops, wrong window. Here we go. Here's my completely messy documents folder. So there's the folder. And if I look inside, this is where I've put that zip file. And then I move this out of the downloads folder into here. And then I double clicked it. And then instead of username, I change this to my username. So it has to be exactly what you see in GitHub. So mine should be that. I actually had to do this because I already have a thing called that there. But my username is Alana Reese. So that's what you want to make sure that the first part of that folder name is. So I'm going to just pretend that it's this one. So there's our folder. So if we go into VS Code or Visual Studio Code and we expand this, ignore that. I was just working on stuff. But we will see our folder that we renamed. And here's our stuff. So here's our index page. So I'm going to turn off my server. If you don't have this Go Live button down here, you will need to go to extensions, which is over here. It's the three little squares with one floaty. If you click on extensions, you'll have this little search box and you can search for the word server. The very first thing that comes up is probably Live Server 5.6.1. That's the one you want to use. I'll just uninstall. And you should have a green button here to install it. So you can click install. And then now, if I close this file, so I'm going to close it right here with the X. Now I have this Go Live button. So I'm in my index.html file. I'm actually going to go back to my browser, my Explorer. So I'm in my index.html file. If I click Go Live, it will start. Oh, cool. It will start up a server, and I should see, oops, my homepage. I just started it up weird. If that happens, you can see that I can see the folders in here, so I could just click on where I wanted to go. So I want to open that one, and there's my beautiful homepage. So that's local. We have this working locally. Now what we want to do is we want to use Git. So we're going to go to the purple app, Github Desktop, and we're going to add an existing repository. This is just sort of the easiest way to add a local repository. So I'm going to click on Add. If you don't have this, you can always go to File, Add Local Repository. So I'm going to say Add Existing, and then I'm going to go find that folder. And it's right here. I'm going to choose it so it's in my DES folder. I'm going to choose that. And it says, this does not appear to be a Git repository. So you want to click this Create a Repository here. What this will do is it'll basically make it so that Git can is kind of keeping its own history of all the changes that happen in this directory. So I'm going to say create a repository. This first screen is fine. That's where it's located. Don't click this. Don't click Git ignore. None of this stuff is useful at this time. And then click create. And then you should see this. So what it's done is it's already saved any changes. If I click on history, it'll show me that I've that it's recorded everything. So it's all in green. And so there's our changes, and they're local. They haven't been pushed up to github.com yet. So if I click this, I'm actually going to get an error because it already exists. I'll just do it anyway. Ignore my error. So I'm going to push this. Ooh, maybe I can just cheat here. So you don't want to do this, but I'm going to try to just cheat github.com. So the only thing that you want to change on this page, definitely not the name, but you want to unselect this box because private, keeping your code private costs money, and we're not giving away trade secrets. It's just HTML. So unclick that and then click publish. Oh, good, my trick worked. Okay, so what it's doing is it's pushing it up to github.com. And so now that blue box goes away. And if we go to github.com, so I'm going to go to my repositories. So you can click on your little user icon, go to your repositories. And now I should have one. So there's the one I just pushed 23 seconds ago. And then I click on that. Oops. So here's all my files. And then I want to go to settings because now I want to make this like a live published website. So the files are here, but it's not like a website. It's just files. It doesn't know that, like, there's no URL to go to. So here we are in settings for my repository. I just do like a super scroll to the bottom, and right above the danger zone, you're going to choose, in this case, main. So it'll either be main, or if you see master, this is like a new change. If this said master before, change it to main. Basically, once you choose a different source, keep root the same and hit save. This page will refresh. And then when you go back to it, it will have this blue box, or it might be green. So this is being published right now. It's probably not live yet, but let's click on it anyway. So yeah, it's temporarily down. This just means it's not finished publishing yet. But if I refresh, there it goes. So it's fairly quick. Just takes a few minutes usually. And there's your page. And then if you're going to make any changes to your page, you can go back to VS Code. Where's VS Code? And then, oops, let me go back to, there's my thing, index page. I'll just make something, design journal. I'll just change this. Welcome to my super awesome website. Okay, and then I'm going to hit, so see how there's this M? It means it's been modified. And if I hit Command S or Control S, it'll save the file. And then I can go back to GitHub Desktop. So it's saved, as in like, file management saved. Now I'm going to save it in GitHub Desktop locally. So I'm going to say, and this will show me what I've done. So Git basically thinks I've removed this line and I've added this line. You can think whatever you want Git as long as it's the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to say added a welcome paragraph. And then this is the only field you have to fill in. So if there's nothing here, it should give me, whoops. Okay, it should give me an error. Oh, no, it just gives, okay, cool. You don't even have to do that anymore. That's weird. It says it's required. I guess it just assumes a commit message. Like if I go to history, yeah, it just, I guess, kind of makes one up if you don't put one. Okay, whatever. So you commit to main. This goes gray, so you can't click it anymore. Now you have this blue box, and then you say push to origin, and that's when it pushes it up to github.com. I know all this is crazy. Thank you so much for your patience and like getting this stuff working. It'll make our lives so much easier and more fun because we'll have this weird part fixed. Oop, okay. All right, cool. If you're still not able to get it working, ping me on Basecamp or email me or whatever. All right, cool. Thanks.